Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. So today we are going to talk about a show that I didn't realise until recently has stuck by me through thick and thin for a few years now, and that is The Colour Purple, which has just started its UK tour. Let's get into it. So yesterday I took myself off to the Birmingham Hippodrome, a place I hadn't actually been since COVID, and I was like, surely I have, but apparently not. I haven't been there since 3 days before we were all put into a national lockdown, lockdown 1, the original lockdown, and it was so nice to be back. And it was for a show that has been in my heart since 2019, when the Birmingham Hippodrome worked alongside the Leicester Curve to create a piece of theatre like no other, and that is The Colour Purple. This time, instead of being a 2 theatre only thing, we are taking this show up and down the UK for the next 7 weeks, 6 technically, because it has finished its time in Birmingham. Sadly, I watched it on its last night there, and yeah, I'm so excited that more people are going to see the show, because this show and this production, which is quite similar to the 2019 iteration, is a show like no other, a show with such a deep and hard-hitting and powerful story, but also has the most beautiful music, the most amazing people, and yeah, you are literally going to hear me having a love fest for about, I'm going to go for 20 minutes, so please grab yourself a cup of tea before we fully get into this video, and here we go. Let's try and make it as snappy as possible. But my notes, if you don't know, I always have notes for everything that I talk about, start here, they go on to the next page, and for most of that page, so we could be here for a while. Let's do this. So The Colour Purple, the musical, is based on the I think, no, I'm not gonna ruin it, but a book by Alice Walker, who wrote it based, I believe, on the stories and life of a family member. I've read that recently. I was like, really fascinating, and it was turned into a musical by a quartet of amazing people by the name of Marsha Norman, Brenda Russell, Ali Willis and Stephen Bray, who I suddenly was reminded that in lockdowns I somehow got onto a Curve talk, in which it was the creative people at the Curve alongside those 4 people telling the story and telling how the whole show came together, and that was fascinating. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot that happened, until I was writing up my notes. So if you ever find anything like that online, listen to it, because it is absolutely fascinating. But that quartet brought this amazing story to life through music and through its story, to bring what can only be described as a hard-hitting, heartbreaking but empowering musical, one like no other, and one that shall ever be like no other. The show of The Colour Purple centres mostly around the lead character of Celie, who has to go through so much from such a young age. She has to go through abuse, childhood pregnancy, rape, all from her father, and later through her husband. She endures the same thing again, and that all just makes her question so much of her life and her purpose and her being on the earth, and why it is all happening to her. But it also centres around her finding her friendships alongside a very fierce, independent woman by the name of Sophia, and also love through a glamorous lady named Shug Avery. This time round, this role was played by the incredible Misha Bryan, a person who I haven't seen for a while because I'm bad like that. I last saw her in the Caroline or Change at the Playhouse, where she was a washing machine. Fabulous, fabulous costumes, may I say. But back to this role, back to Celie. Misha was absolutely phenomenal. You felt everything that woman was going through from start to finish. There was something about Misha playing that character. It was just so real and raw. I was sat quite close to the front of the stage. I was in J in the stalls at the Hippodrome, and I could see every facial expression and just like body movement that she went through, and it was just absolutely incredible to watch, and fascinating too to see her go on that journey throughout the entire show, to go through so many horrible things and to culminate into that show-stopping number I Am Here in the second act was just like, my jaw dropped. My eyes may have watered a little bit, a lot of it, and she just was incredible in this role. She was joined by a few new cast members to this show. I'm going to get my book because I was going to say it will help me not ruin these people's names, but if you've ever watched one of my videos, I'm terrible with pronouncing people at the best of times. The new cast members she was joined by included Bree Smith as Shug Avery, Aliyah Zain as Nettie, Ahmed Hamid as Harpo, and Jamand Al-Lote, probably ruining, apologies, who made her professional debut as the character of Squeak, and she was absolutely amazing. You would never have believed that woman had not been on the stage for years doing that role, not just a week on the stage at the Hippodrome and like 3-4 weeks in rehearsals. She was absolutely amazing and a joy to watch, and I'm very excited to see what she does next. It's quite entertaining me saying that because the last time I said that about this show, it was for a little known person by the name of Daniel Famagna, who has now gone on to incredible things. She is just about finishing up her year at Frozen, and who knows what incredible things she's going to go into next. So it's amazing to see these people start their stage life on a Birmingham Hippodrome stage and see where she goes to next. Returning to the Hippodrome stage after the 2019 production included Akko Mitchell as Mr. Annalisa Lamoa, who this time took on the role of Sophia. I believe she was ensemble last time, so it was incredible to see her do something new. KM Drew Boateng as Pa, Rosemary Annabella Krumer, I'm probably pronouncing that name, as Darlene, one of the churchwomen. And finally, Karen Mavenduncure, or Karen Mav, as another of the church ladies, Doris, but is also alternate Celie, and I think I kind of need to see that. I last saw Karen in this show as the role Sophia, so it was again really interesting to see her do something different in this show, and like I said, I kind of want to see her as the alternate now, just to finish the trifecta off. But it was lovely to see those people again. They rocked the parts yet again, as they did last time round, and yeah, they were absolutely phenomenal. Completing the cast, we had the amazing ensemble by the names of Kyle Burt, Kyla Carter, Joshua Clementson, Esme Laudat, Deanna McLean, Monifa James, Nathaniel Morrison, Alex Okampa and Neil Patterson. Again, apologies if I said anyone's name incorrectly. Please feel free to politely tell me in the comments how to correctly pronounce them, because I always want to learn. Same with anyone's pronouns. Unfortunately, I didn't get a program because I was there on the last day that it was at the Hippodrome and they had unfortunately sold out. Very sad. My friends are going to go and watch this show in one of the other venues and I have begged them to get me a program because I just need one in my life. It's an addiction, okay? But yes, hopefully I've at least attempted to pronounce their name correctly if I haven't, and hopefully I've got all pronouns correctly. Apologies if I haven't. But the entire cast, from ensemble to principal to everything in between, were absolutely phenomenal. The talent on that stage was absolutely amazing and insane, and you could literally see on their faces throughout the show, and especially in the last number of the show, which is the Colour Purple reprise, which, oh, it breaks me every time because, kind of spoiler but kind of not, that one song basically finishes with the entire cast on the stage and they're literally just going around and hugging each other and just oozing love everywhere, and to watch it happen in front of your eyes is just amazing. And I'm just like, there were more tears shed then. Literally they were running down my eyes and I was trying to like do the, you know, the awkward dab thing, and I was like, oh, but it's just so emotional. And me even saying that then, I was like, I'm trying not to go. It's quite sad. I'm just so musically and emotionally invested in things. I'm just like, I can't stop. I will cry. Creatively, a lot of the names involved are the same as last time. So Tanuke Craig returns to direct alongside Lakeisha Angelo as the revival director. The musical supervisor is Alex Parker. The orchestrator is Martin Higgins. Choreography has been done again by Mark Smith and has been done chef's kiss perfectly. The iconic set design of Alex Loud. The moment I saw it again, I was just like, yes, because it is so, I don't want to say simplistic because that is not the word, but there is something about that set that is just so brilliant. It seems just two walls when you walk in, but it can be turned into so many things, and it's just chef's kiss, and it was really a joy to see it again. Alongside that set we had Joshua Farrow's light and video design and sound by Tom Marshall, and again they were both just absolutely amazing. They helped to progress the story and just they're just an extra piece to the whole Colour Purple puzzle, and it's just lovely to see. As you can see, hopefully from this review and from the entirety of me chatting, I absolutely love this show. It is exceptional to see, not once but for a second time, luckily for me, in the flesh, and technically third time if you talk about the stream during lockdowns. It's a show for me that stays with you for such a long time, and I'm still not over it from watching it in 2019, as probably suggested by me mentioning it so much. So to see it again will just stick with me for another long time. This cannot be the end. This run cannot be the end. We need another run, or it to go to London, or to do something, because it just I feel like it's a show that everyone needs to see. Yes, it is hard hitting. Yes, it has those themes that are hard, really hard to watch, but there is humour, there is joyful moments, and it's just amazing. There, I said it. It is amazing. It is a must see. If by any stretch of the imagination you are able to see it over the next 7 weeks, it is touring up and down the country. Just to help you out in case you're unsure where it is going, I have got my phone out, which ironically is purple, to give you the tour venues and dates. It is next at Plymouth Theatre Royal between the 27th and the 1st. Then 1st of October. Then it's at Northampton for the 4th of October through to the 8th of October. Then to the Lowry in Salford for the 11th of October to the 15th. Then off to Cardiff at the Millennium Centre. Oh my god, that would be amazing to see at that place, because if you've never been, Millennium Centre is huge, and to see that, oh yes. It is at the Millennium Centre between the 18th of October and the 22nd of October. Moving on then to Southampton at the Mayflower between the 25th of October and the 29th. And then finishing off at the Norwich Theatre Royal the 1st of October through to the 5th of November, and then it is done. But yes, it is absolutely an amazing show, one that I think everyone needs to see. I assume you have got that message from this video, but it is amazing. It is an incredible show, and yeah, go and get a ticket if it's coming anywhere near you, or if it's not, make the journey, make a weekend of it, go and see this show. It is absolutely freaking phenomenal, and yeah, do it, go and watch it, because it is insane. But that is it. I'm going to leave this video here because I rambled on enough at you. As predicted, it is about the 20-minute mark. I hope you did have your cup of tea handy, and congratulations for getting to the end. But that is it. I'm going to finish this video here because I'm actually filming it on the same day I'm supposed to upload it, and I need time to edit and upload, so it's not just a word vomit of love for this show. But yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next one. But yes, that is it. Fare thee well. I love you a lot, and I'll see you next time. Bye.